let's do watch this jerks, because we got a lot of shit here and there's a lot of jerks.
That's fair.
Yeah, I went to the theaters and saw Transformers 1.
How was
with
it?
my kids. It is very good.
That's what you say in the text messages as well. But I watched the trailer, and the reviews are good too. I
watched the trailer as well, and I was not expecting it to be like, I was expecting it to be like, oh, my kids will enjoy this movie.
Okay. It's a bad trailer is what you're saying.
It's a bad trailer in that it really focuses on like the hamming it up parts of it, right? Like there's a lot of like comedy in the trailer. And there's certainly comedy in the movie, but it's not like a big slapstick movie.
Got it.
I mean, look it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
You showed me already. You made me look it up. It was like an 80 or something, right? Or
88.
More?
88% critic review.
Okay.
90 something audience review.
Dumbass review.
Yeah.
That's what I call that.
It's genuinely a good movie.
Okay.
Like it is a good like version of Cybertron and like the beginnings of Optimus and Megatron.
Cool.
And Soundwave I saw is in there.
So they pull it off.
Soundwave's in there. They pull it off. And the whole time you're like, I don't know if I like this, like just the designs of like Orion Pax. Like I don't need to see Optimus's mouth. Right? Like
Does he have lips? He has lips?
I guess robot lips, kind of.
Because even the premise itself to me feels like something I've seen a million times.
Sure.
That's what turned me off about it initially. Again, this is it's an animated film for I assume families. So who cares what I think? It doesn't have to be that.
Right. It doesn't have to be like, like there's only so many stories to tell that you start retelling the same like setups, right? But it pulls it off well. Like it's got a lot of like Easter egg type stuff, but it's not just like depending on the Easter egg stuff. Like it just hits you like with a joke or like something that you see that like, oh, I get that the kids don't get it because it's from like the old Transformers stuff.
Right.
But like the action's good. It like takes like the appropriate amount of time. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. So it doesn't feel like too quick like most kids movies are, where it's like that 90-minute rule. Like it like lets itself breathe. Yeah, it lets itself breathe a little bit.
You get to know young Optimus.
Yeah. It's
the Soundwave have like the cool voice.
Yes, not the exact voice as the old one, but he does have a Soundwave voice. But yeah, all the voices are different.
Look, it's me.
Yeah, he's not in. He's not in it a whole lot, but he's there.
Is he like, yo, what's up? It's me, like new hip Soundwave.
No.
Okay.
Bumblebee is like new hip Bumblebee.
Okay.
He's the one that's like, I don't know, it's the right thing for a Bumblebee though too, because he's like the overeager one, right? Trying to like.
Sure, I read the back of the box.
Yeah.
I know his stats.
Yeah, it's
his weaknesses.
It's solid. It's like.
All right, I'll watch it when it comes to whatever.
For Transformers, what like Spider-Verse does for
That's
Spider-Man
a bold statement.
Stuff. I mean, it doesn't do all the like the weird graphic like.
Is Post Malone doing the soundtrack? Steve Aoki?
Probably.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's shocking to me."
Is there You Got the Touch like remix in this?
No, but there may be references to it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not hokey. Like the whole thing is not hokey.
Okay, fair enough. The trailer made it seem hokey, so that's why
I know it's a bad trailer, but it's a good trailer for kids.
Exactly.
Right?
Daddy, take me to the Transformers movie. All right, cool. I'll look forward to that. Is that going to go to like Peacock or something that I don't have anymore?
It's Universal. What is Universal?
Oh God.
That might
be a Peacock, right?
Might be. Yeah, that would be Peacock. Yeah. NBC Universal.
Oh, well.
Yes.
It'll make its
The best thing too is like Scarlett Johansson plays Alita 1, and like in all of like the press tour for this, she's like nowhere to be seen. It's all
why
like
I noticed
Chris
that when you
and...
sent me that text early today. I'm like, I didn't even know Scarlett Johansson was in this.
Yep, she's one of the leads.
Did she do something? Has she been canceled and I'm unaware? I'm unaware of?
It's probably like, I'm not doing this shit. Come on.
I mean, it is contracted. Yes, doing press.
Maybe she got out of it.
Yeah, it definitely could be that did she have a baby recently or something? I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know either, but yeah, it is noticeable that she is not on the press tour with the rest of them. Anyway,
what else
what is this other movie on here?
Elliot and I had a movie night on Saturday, and we watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is a Guy Ritchie film starring Henry Cavill that tells the mostly true story of, I believe it's called Operation Postmaster from World War II, which is about a group of covert British spies taking out Nazis. That's the short version of it. It's a pretty good movie. We enjoyed it. It's supposed to be an action comedy. There's a decent amount of action. I think it probably could use like a smidge more fighting scenes. Like sometimes there's a lot of space in between like the big action set pieces, but I will say the action scenes, like the fighting, it's lots of close up kind of visceral fighting.
Right.
And they do a good job of that. It's pretty, it's pretty gruesome at points, but it gets its point across. It does a good job there. We both enjoyed it. We watched it on Stars, but it's going to be on Amazon Prime, I think, like before this month's over or next month. So I recommend it. Nice. Like once it hits Amazon Prime and you can watch it without having to pay any more than you are already paying for, it's worth, especially knowing that it's a true story. Elliot and I both did a little bit of research to find out who these people really were. It actually would have been nice if they gave them better, the characters could use better epilogues to be honest, but it's a good movie. It was a good movie. Yeah. It's a movie that was in the theaters earlier this year that no one saw.
Right. I feel like nobody sees a lot of movies now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest audience for movies now is nobody.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know, maybe 10 people in the theater when we saw Transformers 1 on opening weekend.
Right.
And I mean, it was playing like every 45 minutes or something. And we were went to see like a 420 show.
Nice. Were people lighting up in the theater? It's legal there now to do that.
I mean, yeah, the dispensary is right across the street from the theater.
Right. I think you can smoke in the theater too. I think that's legal.
Yeah. But
nice.
yeah, there was like a lot of people in the movie theater itself, like out in the open area. I just couldn't figure out where they were all going, or if there was just. I think there's just too many. I don't know if there's 16 screens. I think there's 16 screens at the movie theater right by my house, and it's just I don't know that there's enough movies to be filling 16 screens up at a time.
Right, they're just hoping that people buy a lot of popcorn.
Right, you're pretty much playing Beetlejuice and Transformers in every theater, right?
Right. I'm surprised that Wombat hasn't gone to see Beetlejuice.
I thought about it. Is that enough?
I thought about not going. I'll watch it when it comes to
exactly.
HBO,
I know I'll see it. Exactly. I'll see Beetlejuice when it's the right time to see Beetlejuice.
Right. By the way, before we start talking about TV, did you hear that Mayor Adams got indicted tonight?
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Not a big surprise since they had confiscated his cell phone last week. But that's good. Very good, New York. Great, great job electing a great mayor. TV side. Speaking of corruption and in a city that's dark and dangerous. Oh, that was lame.
Yeah, it was.
We've been watching The Penguin on HBO Max.
Well, there's only been one episode.
I know. I wish there was more. Every night, Mrs. Chibi's asking me, "Is it a new Penguin?" I'm like, "No, I think it's Sunday."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really good.
It was very good.
It makes sense. Yeah.
It's good because it has nothing to do with Batman, really. It's just like a crime.
They've been trying to pull that off for a long time.
I know, right?
The funny thing is, it has a lot to do with Batman,
Right, but nothing. He's not.
And yet nothing. It's
Right.
it's somehow like because you don't know who any of these people are.
I know people.
Yeah.
I've heard of the Penguin.
I've heard. Yeah. See?
Other than the Penguin, do you even know who any of these people are?
Of
No.
course. What do you mean?
No.
It's me. Who are you talking to?
How many times have you read The Long Halloween?
Shit, I got a copy of that like right over here somewhere.
Exactly.
What is this, like Nobbies? No, I mean, like, you got the Falcone. I know about him and the girl, Mrs. Falcone. No. The point is that it stands on its own as a mafia movie or mafia series, and Colin Farrell is crazy good at it. It's almost like, why did they hire him to put just so much makeup on him to make him unrecognizable as a person?
Because they knew that he wanted the challenge, and that it's something he would want to do, and he wouldn't half-ass it. And he's a good actor.
He's a crazy actor.
If you could get a good actor to put all of everything they got into something that should be silly,
I know,
and be able to make it not silly,
right?
Then that's the right actor for your job.
It's amazing that he even was into it, because he's got to sit through like 3 hours of makeup every day. It's it's so much fucking shit on him, basically. There's too much fucking shit on him, but yeah, it was really good, and it would survive in a world without Batman. Unlike all these other like Batman adjacent things, like there's a lot of story there and has nothing to do with Batman, and it doesn't matter if you know who these people are or not.
It would be nice if the Batman Part 2 was coming out sooner, because I don't think that's going to be out until like 2027 or something ridiculous.
Is he in that movie? Is that the deal? The Penguin?
I'm sure he will be.
Right.
I would be surprised. It's so the whole thing with Batman.
Maybe too much. Maybe too much.
We're gonna get a little. We'll get a little Batman.
Stepped into it here.
What makes when Batman works, and what they've never been able to pull off in the movies successfully, is have Batman exist in this sort of world where characters like the Penguin and the Joker and Scarecrow and whomever, all the names and Mr. Freeze, they're all always there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like they show up for 2 hours, they die at the end, and
except when they get when they get into Arkham.
Like they get into Arkham, they break out of Arkham, but they're still always around.
Sure.
So if they do it right in the next Batman movie, the Penguin should be somewhere. And having him show up, even if it's for 5-10 minutes, it would make sense. Exactly. But that's what I would like them to do with that movie. It's like establish that there's that this world exists of all of these villains, that they're not just villain of the week for Batman to fight.
Right. I'm doing crime over here. See?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just because you're over there fighting that guy, I'm still over here doing my crime. See?
You figured it out. Good job.
Thank you. I'm available for the Batman podcast.
Could you the one that I'm starting?
I could be everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. We're ready for the next episode.
Excellent.
Why are they releasing one at a time? They still do that? It's annoying. It's killing me.
I don't know. Yep.
All these shows now, we gotta wait.
I used to say the same thing about Night Court in the 80s.
You can't wait for the next one. Hey, I watched a lot of Night Court in the 80s. I can't really say
we
anything.
all did.
Oh,
that show was awesome.
It was good. How's Agatha all along?
I liked it. And it's weird because I think a lot of people didn't get it. And so I've seen a few people talk about the first half of the first episode, which if you watched WandaVision, even if you're just paying attention, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. But a lot of people are like, I didn't understand what was going on in the first episode. And then everything changed. And I didn't understand how everything changed and why they did it. And I'm like, because you're just not, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched it.
They're not paying attention is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm like,
looking at their phone.
Like you were either second screening it or you weren't paying attention or you forgot what WandaVision was and what made it so popular. Because the whole first episode is kind of like a throwback to WandaVision, to kind of remind you of what that was and what happened there, to kind of
got it,
ease you into what's going to be. And then the second episode is a little bit more straightforward. It's actually very expositional. Is that a word? Or did I
Yes.
just make that? Yeah. There's a lot of exposition in the second episode. And I even saw people say, I like the second episode a lot better because everything made sense after that.
Right.
I even saw people like comments where they're like, yeah, I went back and watched the first episode again after I watched the second episode because then the first episode made a lot more sense. So, yeah.
Is Mrs. Cheapy going to
Why,
like this
why
or
are
no?
people doing this? Why are we rewatching?
I don't know, because I think people are just not as bright as we think they are.
But what, like, there's so much to watch. I just can't,
Yes.
like, this.
Why is the show being made? Is that what your question is?
No, I'm fine with that part. But not only, well, kind of, yeah, like, not only is this show being made, but there's people like going back and rewatching an episode that they've already watched before.
Yes.
Like, this is something people do.
I guess so. I mean, they're not long episodes.
I don't believe you.
To be fair.
I don't
Oh.
like this can't be.
I don't know. I didn't. I'm just saying what I saw people say.
So is Mrs.
I
Cheapy
thought
going
it
to
was
like
very
this
good,
or
though.
not? That's what I need to know. What do you think?
Does she like witches?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
You don't know. You've been married to this woman.
I know, but I
for
don't
quite
know
a while
if-
now.
20 years. I don't know if she likes. She doesn't dislike witches. She
I
doesn't-
would say I watched the first 2 episodes, and if she doesn't like it after that, which
Okay.
is only about an hour,
Okay.
if she doesn't like
If she doesn't like after that, have her rewatch the first episode.
And then go back and watch WandaVision.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, she's not doing that. All
Mm-hmm.
right, good enough. What else? There's the new season of Slow Horses, and it's very good, just like all the other seasons. I still recommend that to you guys to watch. It's on Apple TV. It's got Gary Oldman in it, and he's very fantastic in it. And it's not depressing. It's like an action thriller type, and funny. It's got a lot of comedy in it. So, Slow Horses. Why? I mean, Apple TV is losing so much money, and they're on these shows. Nobody's watching them, and a lot of them are really good. And I guess this one, they probably have like a contract with Gary Oldman to make 5 seasons or something like that, or a certain amount, because they've already made 4 seasons. But I don't know. It's another
There's a
show.
good clip of Gary Oldman and Colin Farrell meeting for the first time.
Okay,
It's like 30 seconds long. I saw it on TikTok. It's kind of cute. You should find it.
I'll find it.
It's a heartwarming. They fanboy over each other, having
Oh.
never met before.
All right.
Yeah. Colin Farrell says that Gary Oldman's his favorite actor of all time, and he can't believe he's meeting him, and he gets like misty. It's cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We also started watching the new season of Only Murders in the Building,
That's a good show.
but we only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, so in the third episode, no?
Yeah. Kumail is in the 3rd episode.
Yes. There's been 4. I'm caught up on it. I have no idea how many episodes there are.
It's still funny
Mm-hmm.
and good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, including Shanna fans, sent in this news article about the new Robocop TV series that's in development at Amazon. And do you know this guy,
Enjoy your
Wombat?
one season of that.
You're going to enjoy
I said
the
enjoy your one season
Yeah.
of that before it gets canceled.
Right, probably. Wombat, do you know this guy, Peter Ocko? He's like the writer. I know
I
you're,
don't
you're
know.
tuned in.
I know
to
who
the
James
industry.
Wan is. I see that in the
Right.
title.
I think definitely you can make a good RoboCop series, but it's hard.
Any TV series could be good.
It's hard, but you have this extra challenge. It's the thing that Shipwreck brings up, like whenever they try to have Darth Vader be in a movie, where when you have the character who just doesn't say that much, and you've kind of memorized all of his lines already because he just hasn't been in that many things or said that much. You have to choose the new words so carefully, and it's so hard to make it not sound awkward for the people who've already memorized all the previous dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And RoboCop is just like right in there in terms of that type of situation.
I completely agree. Like, what are you going to have him say?
And you can do it.
Dead or
like-
alive, you're coming with
Yeah,
me.
like, you can't, like,
You
And then in
can.
episode 3, he's gonna say, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me."
Remember the video game that came out, Rogue City? Like he has a lot of lines in it. And it's hit or miss.
Where are my Oreos? You're coming with me.
He denies that. Peter Weller denies that.
he needs to lean into that, not deny it.
Sounds like a grouchy type of guy. I got to be honest.
He may or may not be at the Cincinnati
See what
Comic-Con
I mean?
coming up.
He's
yeah.
unreliable in these types of situations.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with. I think there's, you can do it. You can definitely do it. And this guy seems to have like been involved in some good projects.
Is he going to look like 80s RoboCop, or is he going to? Are they going to modernize him again?
Shiny black plastic.
Yeah.
Everywhere and like aerodynamic.
Like, is this supposed to be that RoboCop, or is this just?
That was horrible. A horrible redesign. That the what's that guy's name? Wombat Joel, somebody Kinnaman.
Oh, Joel Kinnaman was RoboCop. Yeah,
he was fine, but the costume was fucking horrible. The movie was bad too.
I never saw it.
Was that supposed to be the same RoboCop though as the original RoboCop, or was that another RoboCop? I don't remember.
Was it a reboot?
It was a reboot.
Like it was a reboot.
Full on reboot. So is this going to be a reboot? Are we filling in gaps in the RoboCop timeline here?
Or does it actually start off with Murphy getting his hand shot off? Yeah.
Or is this not Murphy?
No,
is this?
I don't know.
Is this Murphy's kid?
No. Let's see.
He was always half man, half robot because he was.
It's a
genetic.
It sounds like it's a new story.
Actually, he would be quarter robot.
Stop.
75% human.
Correct.
Because he was half, and I'm assuming that the spouse was all human.
Right.
So he would.
It
really
might be
only
recessive too. Not sure.
RoboCop can't fuck. He has no penis.
You don't.
That's the first episode.
Yeah, that we find out.
They find out. He goes, "Oh, wait a second. There was another."
You were supposed to take out his penis.
Right. It was here all along.
It was here the whole time. And we also find out that
a bay door opens in the suit. Now here you go.
The cyborg enhancements are part of his DNA that he can pass on to his progeny. And he has two kids. And there's a good offspring and there's evil offspring. And now they're fighting for control over New Detroit.
Is it nanomachines? Is that how it works?
It might be.
There's nanomachines
all I know is that
jizz?
It's all AI. It's AI probably. It's probably AI.
AI, not nanomachines. Yeah, it's over.
See, there's good Murphy and there's bad Murphy, but they're still brothers, so he doesn't want to have to bring his brother in.
There's no way you can involve like giving birth to a robot in the RoboCop universe.
I'm pretty sure we can make that work.
No, you guys are shaking your head, but no, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It plays into the satire of RoboCop. Over the top satire.
Right. All right.
You just have it's a really graphic birth scene, and I think you're fine.
Like full on Cronenberg birth scene.
Because it's hard to pass the robotic limbs.
The robotic.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine trying to shit out a screwdriver.
This is so much better than whatever this Amazon series.
Whatever they're coming up with is not as good as what we just came up with.
No. I think it could be good.
Our soft pitch.
No.
For Son of RoboCop.
Even that Canadian RoboCop TV series was pretty good. They had like Black RoboCop. He was good. Like he had two guns.
When you say Black RoboCop,
he was a black guy. Like a black
guy.
Black cop died, and they made him into like the new RoboCop. And he had two guns, and he helped. I think they worked together with the
like
first
Iron Man
RoboCop.
and War Machine.
It's more like RoboCop went rogue, and they had Black RoboCop had to get his. He wasn't called Black RoboCop, obviously. He was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the guy's name was Cable, so I think they called him Robo Cable, maybe.
And they weren't sued by Marvel for that.
His name was Cable, like the guy's name was like John Cable. So he was like, I'm not 100% on these details, but I'm for sure he had two guns. And that was the best part. And it was the same guns that RoboCop had, but he had two of them. And he was just like RoboCop, except like a different color armor and skin and two guns. Otherwise, same. And they became friends at the end. It wasn't good. Again, you have the same problem where RoboCop is talking and it's like, he would never say that. Like, it's stupid.